Hello, my name is Hanna. Today I'd like to present my paper entitled Learners' Attitude Towards Using Online Resources in Learning English. Pandemic has changed the way we live, and this includes the way we teach and learn at all levels of education. Students and teachers, including education institutions, have been struggling to cope with this sudden change since it is impossible to conduct on-site classes. According to Mavala et al., the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the use of online learning and self-directed learning to motivate and engage students. However, not all teachers are ready and have sufficient skills to operate online classes, even though the platforms such as Zoom, Google Classroom, Teams may be available at their disposal. Rather than seeing online teaching as additional burden, Ionela points out that online learning could be seen as an opportunity to adjust with this new situation. Another problem, which is not less challenging, is to engage and motivate students to keep learning. According to Mavala et al., students may become confused with this sudden change. The learning process used to be regular and structured, as well as guided and supervised by teachers on site, but now students have to do everything online. In such situations, students are expected to be more independent and able to take initiative for their own learning process. The research questions: what are the subject's attitudes toward learning English using online resources? And the second, what supports and hampers the use of online resources in learning? The subjects of this study were 25 senior pharmacy students taking IBT TOEFL preparation class during the odd semester of 2021 and 2022. The study employed a survey using Google Forms to obtain the responses on the use of online resources in the end of the semester. There are 10 questions, 6 closed-ended questions with a 5 Likert scale, 2 closed-ended questions with given option, and 2 open-ended questions to elaborate the previous questions. A focus group interview was conducted afterward to confirm their responses in the survey. The class was conducted virtually via Teams platform each week for one semester. Besides the exercises done in class, the students also had to do online exercises from the recommended websites. These are the website. The subjects were assigned to learn academic words from the academic word list, AWL, along the semester. They uploaded the screenshot of the score of each exercise. They were asked also to do each exercise twice. The subjects were assigned to do the listening practice test on campus, conversation and lectures. They also uploaded a screenshot of their score for each exercise. They were asked to do each exercise twice to enhance their understanding. The result for question number 1. I prefer learning English using electronic resources. Those who strongly agreed were 40% and 24%. The neutral ones were 1/3 of the class. Those who disagree were 4% and none for the strongly disagree. This result indicates that the respondents show positive responses towards using electronic resources for learning English. For the second questions, I do the online AWL exercise. More than half, 64% always did the exercises, and 1/4 often did it. Only 8% seldom did it, and none did not do it at all. The focus group interview revealed some participants did not do the weekly exercise regularly. Some of them did several exercises at one time to keep up as they were behind the assignment schedule. Some of them admitted that they thought they had done it, but actually they hadn't. And some didn't do this exercise, thinking that the assignment was over after the midterm test. The result shows a high participation rate in doing the online AWL exercises. From the beginning of the semester, the respondents were told that there would be 3 quizzes along the semester to test their academic word knowledge from the AWL. Moreover, they were instructed to screenshot their scores for each exercise and upload it in the folder with their names in Teams platform so that the instructor could check who had done it. It's not surprising that this motivates the students to do it to get the points to add their final grade. Question 3. Those who strongly agreed made up 76%, and those who were not neutral only 24%. From the focus group interview, some respondents confirmed that doing the same exercise at least twice helped them remember the new words better. However, one participant said that she did not better remember the word itself, she just remembered the answer. Even though the survey cannot conclusively show that the learning academic vocabulary using online AWL is the best way, still, to some extent, it helped the subjects to learn new academic vocabulary necessary to support their language skill. For question number 4, those who always practice it is 37.5%, and those who often and sometimes did it are 28.2% and 29.2% respectively. As for the ones who never did it, it's only small, 4.1%. Similar to doing the AWL exercise, the respondents in the interview admitted they could not do the listening exercises regularly because they were so busy. So they did several exercises at one time to keep up with the assignment schedule. For question 5, those who strongly agreed is 40%, and those who agreed is 36%. Those who were neutral is 24%. None disagreed and strongly disagreed with this repeated listening practice. In the interview, some respondents found it useful to repeat listening to the same conversational lectures since it helped them catch the missing parts so that they could understand them better. However, unstable internet sometimes disrupted their listening practice, so it was troublesome when they had to stop and practice the test all over again when they were already in the middle of it. With the listening practice, the subjects in the interview did confirm that listening more than one time enhanced their understanding on campus conversations and lectures. Giving the online resources enabled them to manage doing the exercises with more flexibility. They could do it at any time and repeat them as many times needed. They could also evaluate their own learning using instant feedback for each exercise. For the reason why they like learning and practicing academic vocabulary using e-resources, more than half the respondents show their positive responses because they were able to do it anytime. They could get the result and feedback right away, and they could monitor their own progress and help increase their vocabulary knowledge. So the result indicates the respondents' preference because of those reasons. As for the opinion whether they dislike learning and practicing AWL using e-resources, the overall responses indicates the subjects did not have any negative attitude towards practicing using this. Instead, some of them admitted that it was still difficult to learn new vocabulary. Bad signal also became a problem, so that they had to repeat doing the exercise. Besides the positive attitude towards practicing AWL online, the result indicates the shortcoming of this learning mode. As for their preference learning and practicing listening using e-resources, similar to the responses for question 7, Having the flexibility to do the exercises at any time gets the higher percentage, that is 72%. Those who liked it because of getting the result and feedback is 56%. And being able to monitor their progress is lower, 40%. But more than half, 68%, acknowledge that listening exercise could improve their listening skill. As for the reasons for disliking learning and practicing listening using e-resources, question 9 indicates almost the same responses as question 7. The respondents did not have particular reasons to dislike the online listening practice. Their concern was more about the unstable internet connection. Aside from the benefits of online listening practice, attention should be given to ensure a stable internet connection so that the learning process can be done more smoothly. To find out whether the exercise given during the semesters are too many or not, the results shows that almost half agreed and strongly agreed that the exercises were too many. However, the other 40% shows a neutral position. Those who disagreed were 12%. None strongly disagreed. So from the result, it could be inferred that the results are quite divided. The results indicate two possibilities. Those who said the exercises given were too many might have problems with time management. How they manage this assignment and also the other classes' assignments. Second, some of them might think that they had to do all the exercises from the website, from the recommended website. The subjects were actually free to choose the exercises aside from the assigned ones to be tested in a quiz. They could choose the ones suit to their language proficiency level. As a conclusion, the findings indicate that the respondents have positive attitudes toward learning English using online resources. As millennial generation, they are familiar with the use of computer and internet, not only to learn English but also other courses. The subjects also indicate their preference to do online exercises. Online exercises offer flexibility in time, place, and instant feedback so that the subjects can track their own progress. However, the unstable internet connection becomes a major problem for the subjects in doing all the exercises smoothly. These are all my references. Thank you for your attention.